You know the kind of guy that's really into 3D printing, like maybe just a little bit too much, and one time he left his printer running for like 12 hours and the lead power wire got way too hot and melted the control board? Well, that was me. Every time I got the printer running, something else would break and I had to start all over. That's when I realized I could start my own print farm and make some money. So I made a YouTube channel called it Imprint Manufacturing. And one day we'll be bigger than MakerBot. I'm just a capitalist. My name is Mitchell. We've been printing a lot at Imprint Manufacturing this month, and since our new Instagram page wasn't taking off like I thought it would, that's when it hit me. No, not that. So we came up with a college themed canister. We got a whole line of them coming out, and we're going to advertise to the student, the smartest, most intelligent generation of our time, or the most addicted to their iPhone, and will and would trade a follow for a print. So Operation Tailgate was a go. The idea was simple here. We'd have a physical product, taking our canister, which we've done many prints before, and we'd modify it, deck it out with their school pride. Only sticking with schools in Texas for now. You know, travel distance, and we could actually interact with the customers and the students. So we had to make some upgrades to our existing models, change them, and export them to STL files. Then we prepared our printers for the prints. Each would contain two parts, the tiles and the actual canister. After we had a couple canisters printed with two tiles printed per can, we were ready to assemble the product. Some required a little light sanding and a whole lot of Loctite super glue. I had 9 fingers for like a week after this. Cue the rock music, or whatever YouTube non copyrighted banger we got. Man, you can put rock music in anything. It makes you look like you worked 10 times harder than you actually did. So we had completed about 14 canisters, and 7 were in the reserves needing tiles. But then I learned things were going to quickly go off the rails. Because this video is called Maintenance, you guessed it, something broke on our printer in PrintX. And with the custom printer, that's going to happen. Our belts lost their tension, which I learned is one disadvantage of the Core XY system, and we had to replace the belt. So this shut us down for a day, and I had to take off the old and replace with a brand new one. I also took this time to perfect the gap needed to hold our belt in tension. This led me to print the same carriage with different varying holes for our belt and see which would have the right tightness. As you can see, I started with 1.5 millimeters, went up to 2 millimeters, varying with 0.1 millimeter differences. What did I learn? 1.8 worked really well, and 1.9 was good, but the goal is to hold the belt without slip, so we need the smallest we could achieve that we could put the belt through. But we could only buy a China-based belt because apparently the US refuses to make cheap rubber belts for 3D printing. But this one is reinforced with a steel wire. I was told that this made the belt more durable and would resist slipping on gears. So I was sold. I just reinstalled the belt on my printer, and then I noticed another problem had quietly emerged. Because in our core XY system, our belt pulls our stepper motor with a big force forward, this is actually causing a moment about our printed mount. This is just a humbo jumbo engineering for our gear, which was on the stepper motors being pulled forward. Then, when I took off the old mount, you could actually see the wear that was already on it. So who's to know when it would actually have broke and ruined everything during a mid-print or something. So our new design would be a solid 3D printed piece, not using the metal mount like we did before, holding the stepper motor, and attached to a print. We want to avoid any movement ever again, so a solid piece was our leaning and how we decided to move forward. The only issue was we now had to take another day to redesign the part, print it, and install it all on the printer. As you can see, I finished the install and in record time because there were no hiccups and it was just smooth sailing, just so easy to install because that's the video. Just kidding. Installing this piece was harder than watching Game of Thrones with your parents. I had to bring in the aluminum extrusion column that the print mounted to, and my hand could barely fit in there to turn the Allen wrench. No, this took hours. After we reinstalled it, here was the moment of truth, just to see if everything would home again. With Imprint back up and running, I threw some more tiles on it and got back to work. I've missed the smell of melting plastic in the morning. If you never built a custom 3D printer, what are you waiting for? Don't let little maintenance scare you because things are going to break. I fried multiple control boards just because I touched the wrong part with my multimeter or actually sent 12 volts, shocking my laptop, killing the battery. That was fun. The point of the story is, when something bad happens, you learn to do something amazing. Keep printing, and always remember, keep all bearings and rods oiled with WD-40 or gun barrel oil. Go easy on the bolts used in the linear rod mounts. They strip very easily and will not get out if they are. Thanks for watching the video, and follow us on Instagram at Imprint Manufacturing. Please, we need the followers. And leave a like because it's hard making entertaining 3D printing videos that people actually want to watch. Happy printing!